This episode is sponsored by Alpha Active Clothing, the #1 gym and streetwear brand. They believe your gym wear should work as hard as you do, but for a fraction of the price. Alpha Active blends performance, style, and purpose with no compromise. They provide a clean design, durable material, and mindset that leaves you feeling like an alpha. So visit www.alphaactiveclothing.com and support the movement. Now let's start the show. Welcome to another episode of Just a Thought. We are your hosts, Manny and Callum. Join us as we each share our thoughts from this week. Hi, Callum. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. As this is our first episode, I thought it would be a good place for us to start by introducing our listeners to who we are.
Cool. You want me to go first? You want to go first?
I don't mind.
So, I'll start. So, like you said, my name's Callum. I am the owner and creator of alphaactiveclothing.com. I am 29 and you can probably guess from my accent that I am Scottish. And that's pretty much my intro.
First of all, my name is Manny and I am a chicken and watermelon enthusiast, aka Black Scottish. Or Black British, should I say? Actually, I'll go with the Black Scottish because of... Did you see the TikTok trend?
I see, yeah.
Of people going, I'm Black Scottish and stuff.
Crazy, yeah.
I'd like to pick your thoughts on that one later on. But yeah, so I'm Manny, like I said, and I am the founder, if you want to say.
This is basically your baby, isn't it? So.
Of Just a Thought. Also, do you want to just do why podcasting? Well, why did we decide to do this?
Well, what I was going to kind of start with was just because you mentioned it in the intro and stuff like that, was just a wee bit about Alpha Active Clothing. If you don't mind, we'll just start with that.
Yeah, sure.
It's basically what you said. Alpha Active Clothing is a gym and streetwear fashion brand created by myself. It is, like I say, that's my baby as much as this podcast is yours. That's pretty much it. To be fair, the brand got started by... essentially just I kind of fell upon hard times and decided I wanted to try and start something a bit different, kind of pursue a goal of mine. Obviously the gym's always been a passion of mine, you know, and I'm passionate about gym wear and stuff like that, so that was kind of how that happened. Like I say, I'm not going to go too deep on, you know, the kind of background, or the kind of bad times that kind of led up to the inspiration, but that was pretty much... that much as I've got to say about Alpha Active.
So, for myself, why obviously Just a Thought? The whole idea of Just a Thought started off about 3 years ago, I would say. Roughly about 3 years ago. It's just something that, to be honest, I just internalized the idea. And I thought it's about time to bring that idea out into the world. The whole idea of Just a Thought is me sharing my thoughts and my ideas that I think of out there, and then getting other people's perspectives as well. There's no a right or wrong way. And also just rather than procrastinating, because I feel like I procrastinated a lot during this whole process. Like I say, I've sat with this idea for the past 3 years, and it's just all about putting it out there. And it might not be perfect at the start, which is the whole part of the whole process, is learning and growing as I go along and bringing you guys along with me on this journey. And to also motivate anyone out there that is thinking about doing something similar, if you've got an idea, just go out there, put the work and make the actions, I think.
That makes sense. Well, that's the thing. The podcast is obviously something that me and you talked about for a while. Like I say, I know Just a Thought was your baby, and then I went kind of one way and actually get kind of started with Alpha Active Clothing. Obviously, I had other things before that. I think I touched on this before, but I had a jewellery store that I made. That basically went nowhere. Then after that, I had home goods, so like ornaments, garden stuff for that store. That did all right. And then I kind of moved on to Alpha Active Clothing just to kind of get started. But like I say, the podcast is something that me and you had obviously bounced back and forward. It was meant to be 3 years originally. But you're right, it was procrastination. You know, life gets in the way. You think, oh, you know, we don't have the setup, we don't have this, we don't have that. Just excuses, really. Because that's what I've said to you. You know, if you're thinking of starting a podcast, because the last I spoke to you about this just before, you know, actually starting recording, I was going to basically say, listen, why do we not just start on Zoom, just record Zoom calls and post it that way? And then obviously you already were kind of working on it in the background, and here we are on the first episode. So it's going to be, like you say, it's not going to be perfect. There'll be mistakes, there'll be mic issues, there'll be, I don't know, but
life.
Aye, well, for example, the intros just took you about fucking 50 times to record. I think we've been here since 1 o'clock and it's now 20 past 3.
But also that's the beauty of edit, because I'll just take all that part off. There's that as well. But no, like I say, we've had to contact somebody else about sound issues and stuff. But like I say, it's all learning. We'll upgrade as we go along. Probably move to camera as we go along as well. Aye, that's pretty much, at least we're started. Like you say, it takes you on nicely to the listeners do have something that they're passionate about, or they want to start, or they're thinking of something that they've got a goal in mind or something like that, an idea. Just start it, you know, get perfect later. Start it now, get perfect later. What's your thoughts? What are you getting to say on that? I mean, you've pretty much covered all the points and you articulated that better than I did, I would say.
Do you think so?
Yeah, for sure. I think the nerves is still kicking in. I'm not going to lie. And that's one thing actually I would say about this whole process for me personally. I don't know about yourself, but I'm hoping as I do this and progress going forward, my vocabulary would improve.
That's something that well, it's funny you say that. See if you actually look at my phone. Oh no, it's away. I see that there. Vocabulary.
Oh yeah, vocabulary. Yeah.
I actually downloaded a vocabulary app ages ago because, funny enough, when I started Alpha Active Clothing and, like I say, all these other things, I had a notepad and I wrote down 10 years for now, where do I want to be, what do I want to have, what's my goals, type thing, right? And obviously it was like have a successful business in some sort of way, you know, all these different things. But one of them was to be a bit more well-spoken. That's hard with a Scottish accent, by the way. Very difficult, because the only people who understand what you're saying is other Scottish people. You go anywhere in the world, nobody knows what you're talking about. But expanding my vocabulary a wee bit, because I think you can... do you know what it was? I was watching other podcasts and with really clever guys debating, and I get lost because I didn't know what most of the words meant. They were saying these words and I'm like, for example, what's the word I was thinking about? Like promiscuous. Promiscuity, I didn't know what that was.
Promiscuous.
Do you know what promiscuous is?
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that.
Do you actually know what promiscuous is?
I mean, is there not a song called Promiscuous Girl?
Well, that would kind of give you a hint as to what it is.
Promiscuous. Is that someone that's like outgoing?
No. Kind of, but no. So it's somebody who, if you're promiscuous, now watch this, I'll probably fucking get this wrong. Promiscuous is like somebody, like you could say, you get a promiscuous person would be somebody that goes out and has loads of different sexual partners. They're promiscuous, they're quite a slut, basically. A slut, you would say, oh, they're promiscuous.
Oh, I totally knew that. That's why I said outgoing.
Aye, outgoing.
I wasn't going to say slut.
Outgoing's fucking different.
I wasn't going to use a derogatory term.
Aye, but you know, somebody was
I said outgoing.
Aye, but outgoing's like, you keep outgoing, like, you know, you go and try new things and stuff like that. That's no promiscuous mean. Well, a man or a female can be promiscuous.
Right, okay, a male or a female being outgoing, so you're trying new partners.
Aye, but I suppose.
I'm just trying to cover my back here because I did not.
No, that, like I said, going back to that, I didn't know what any of these words meant, and I was getting so lost in these debates that I was like, "Oh fuck this! I need to try and expand my
vocabulary,
my knowledge and stuff." But aye, you probably notice it's no went well, but aye.
I mean, I think that's the beauty of life, because obviously you learn as you go along every single day.
Aye,
in a way.
I suppose, aye.
As long as you're living, you should be learning a thing or two every single day. And sorry.
So, just can I bring us back to kind of one point now? I think what we were going to talk about was the listeners really pushing the fact that just start. You know, that's the thing that I kind of want to kind of focus on here is if you've got an idea, just start it. You know, like we've said, this podcast's not going to be perfect. Alpha Active Clothing's not going to be perfect just now. But so many times, here's another big word, people procrastinate and keep putting off and putting off and putting off and thinking, I need this to start, I need that to start, I need money. Money's the weird one. I don't get that. I've never, you know, people think that it's almost like putting the cart in front of the horse, because why do you think, I need to start a business but I need money, right? Why would you ever take that risk? So you're a business owner, right, and you've got an idea, right, for example, and you're, especially in the online world, right, which is where everything basically is nowadays. Why would you go and spend, say, $5,000 on stock or, you know, website designers and whatever else, right, for something that might never sell, it might never work, and you're $5,000 out of pocket or more? You know, they think, I need a place, I need a shop, I need this, I need that. You start thinking all these things. It's crazy because you can create the product and start selling it, and it's like you take the orders before you've got the stock. You see businesses doing it, they'll say, that we're releasing this, so we're taking orders just now. It's like pre-ordering things. Essentially just taking money. So you take the money, what you do is you take the money, then you go and buy it with the money you've made.
Is that not kind of like drop shipping though?
No, drop shipping's...
So you're not physically holding the material?
No, you could. So the way I'm talking about it, you could, because say you've got a supplier, right, and you're thinking of buying makeup, right, and you've got a supplier, you've got everything all done, right, everything's done. Why would you go to the supplier and say, I want an order of 10,000 eyeliners, right, and then you're stuck with 10,000 eyeliners that you need to try and sell, right? You maybe never get your investment back. So why would you know, create the kind of hype on it, right, market it first, and then that way you can build the hype, you can get your customer base, you can do all these things. Then they start putting in their orders, all right? And then you're saying, we'll pre-order it. So you get all these orders, and then you go and buy what you've actually already sold, versus just buying, you don't even know how many you're going to sell. So if you take an order, right, 100 customers say, buy it, pre-order it. When you take the money and go and buy 100, you don't take the money and go and fucking buy 20,000. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a safer way of doing it, as opposed to taking all the risk.
There is a lot of risk.
Minimises the money you need to put in at the beginning. And that's what when I'm coming back to is, you don't need money. You can start without money. So easily you can start without money. You don't need money to start. And that's always the thing you hear people, but I don't have money, I don't have money. I don't have this, I don't have that. Just fucking figure out what you do have then and take it for there. Mate, I'm sure Alan Sugar fucking started in an ice cream van.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you just start with what you've got and then take it for there. Do you know what I mean? There's so many people like you saying you were guilty of this, procrastinating and can't start. You know, don't have this, don't have that. But just start if you're listening and that's you. Just fucking figure out what you can do. If you've got a laptop,
a phone.
If you've got a laptop, you can basically and an internet connection. You can basically figure it out. There's so many people in the internet nowadays selling advice and stuff like that, and it's no big secret. You just go and fucking start. Figure out how to do it and start.
I think as well is like the fear of, I mean, personally for myself, I think one of the things that I really struggled with, apart from obviously procrastinating, is the fear of taking that step. And I think a lot of people find themselves in that shoe. It's like, where do I start?
And that's what I mean. If you don't know where to start, that's what you need to figure out. But and oftentimes that answer's far more simple than what you actually make it in your head. For example, when we were talking about a podcast, I was going to say to you in the end, just start on a fucking Zoom call, record a Zoom call and post it on whatever. It'll not sound great,
but it's something.
But it's something. At least now you're learning. For example, again, you can put this into podcasting as well. Why would you go and buy, and I know you've already done this to be fair, but why would you go and buy because was it you? No, somebody else said this to me, because I spoke to somebody else about podcasting, and he said, but we need to rent a space. And I was like, what? He's like, we need to find a space so we can get the cameras and the lights and this and that. And I'm like, what for? Why the fuck are you getting so far ahead of yourself? I'm like, just fucking start. Just get a mic, get a laptop, get a recording thing, and fucking start recording and just figure it out for there. you know, you're going to go and buy all these professional lights and all that. And again, like we've touched on, it's not going to be perfect.
Mhm.
So why the fuck are you jumping so far ahead?
I think though the thing is like people chase perfection, and myself, I'm guilty for that. I want things to be perfect, but as I get older and as I see life, obviously, the more I try things, I'm coming to the understanding that it doesn't have to be perfect for you to start. All you need to do is take that first step.
Well, here's an example. Obviously, me and you met in the gym. That's where our relationship started, right? Here's an example. See if you sat in the house, right, and sat on a laptop to Google all the exercises, how to do them perfectly, the perfect diet plan, all of these things, right, but never ever started the gym. You're too busy thinking, I need to get the perfect workout plan. No, you know, I need to get this, I need to get that, I need to do this. Do you think that the person sitting there trying to figure out the perfect training plan, the perfect diet, the perfect gym, the perfect this, the perfect that, do you think he's getting results and getting bigger or stronger? Or the guy who just got a gym membership, went into the gym and just started fucking lifting weights or running in a treadmill?
I mean, that's a very good analogy to use, to be honest. Like, I think obviously the obvious answer is the person that goes into the gym and just makes that step.
Exactly.
Will make the growth, but I would say.
So that's what I say is, again, coming back to this point, the listeners, is if you're thinking of something, just start it. There's a book, one of my friends told me he read, he's a gym owner, PT, loads of different things, Connor Dorans, I'll just say his name. And he told me he read a book called Start Now, Get Perfect Later. And I mean, the title, the clue's in the title, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Start now, get perfect later. Work out as you go along. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's obviously what we've come to the conclusion of. This is what we need to do. Just start.
Just start it.
And then obviously just see where time takes us.
That's it, exactly.
So
But that you can transfer that over to different parts of life as well, because I know kind of a couple of the main points we were going to talk about. So obviously this is episode 1. I think the 2 main points we were going to talk about today was social media and relationships. So you can tie that in with that as well, because see if you've got somebody in your mind that you want to speak to, or a girl or a boy that you want to, you know, approach or whatever, just do it. I don't in a respectful, you know, proper way. I don't mean be a creep, go there and be a creep and you know, but just do it, because they say no, right? Well, at least you go away and you learn something. You go away and you It's always the thought that's worse. I watched this guy that actually actively spoke, saying that he had a group chat with his mates, and it was to see who could get shot down the worst. And it was almost like, because at least then you're trying. At least then, you know, you get used to it and, you know, you learn. So the next time you try to approach a girl or a boy or whatever, or, you're a wee bit better. Do you know what I mean?
there's a perfect saying actually for this. Now, I don't know why I never thought about this until now, but it's practice makes perfect.
Exactly. Practice makes perfect.
So the more you practice and the more you do things, you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, the better you get.
Correct. Absolutely. You only grow by making yourself uncomfortable. For example, see Alpha Active Clothing with my social media on that.
Yeah.
Mate, I fucking hate, and I still hate posting videos with me talking, like my face and me talking and stuff like that, because it's just no me. But, and again, we'll get to this, but my whole idea of social media has changed since a couple of places I've been with Alpha Active Clothing, where I was around influencers and stuff like that, and I really got to see almost behind the magician's cloak what it's actually, what influencers are actually like, because it's fake, so fake.
I mean, social media in itself, I think, is pretty damn fake. It's very rare. You get the odd people out there, don't get me wrong. There are a few people out there that will put their real lives, or they put their real lives out there, but they're very, very small.
But they're never going to put out the bad stuff. So even then, you're only getting one side. So you're saying they're being real things, but they're never going to put on social media, you know, the bad stuff.
I mean,
everybody wants to create this image that everything's going well, you know? And that's just, so it's kind of brought us on to the social media side of things, but like I say, so kind of backtracking a wee bit here. I was in Essex for a lift event basically, in Phoenix Gym in Essex, and there was loads of different influencers there. No disrespect, it's maybe my age, I don't know, but I didn't know who most of them were. No idea. Didn't know who was influencers and who wasn't. The only one person I knew through just seeing them on Instagram and stuff like that is Jim Skin. You don't know who that is, don't you know?
No.
Like, we kind of talked about him yesterday, but anyway, have a look at his stuff. Comes across, and again, this is no disrespect because I'm going to kind of tell my finding of him. Comes across as almost this kind of obnoxious guy, maybe, with the word. I don't know, because that's unfair to say, but you know how social media gives you a perception of somebody.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he does music, and even his music's a wee bit obnoxious, where it's the fancy cars, the fancy this, the fancy that, you know. Mate, what a nice guy. Aye, that's him. I think that's his brother. That was the two that was there. So that's him there on the left.
All right. Okay.
Mate, what a nice guy. Oh, honestly, I was gobsmacked. Because, you know, going down there, I had this idea.
Yeah.
You know, like, this guy, you know, he's going to be up his own arse, and he's going to be, mate, fucking such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. Because the owner of the gym was actually saying to us, just before, like, telling us he was coming, and he said, I can't remember his first name. He said, such and such is this Jim Skin, but he called him by his first name. He's coming, blah, 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 and, you know, he doesn't really take social media as well as what people think. For example, the hate and stuff on it, he can take that quite hard, because some of the threats or the bad comments are so detailed that it gets to him. And I was just like, all right, okay. But then when he arrived, come straight over to us and introduced himself as his first name. Didn't he just, like, you know, think that, just expect us to know who he was. He introduced himself, spoke to us, tried the stuff, tried my clothes and stuff, then actually said, oh, can I take one of these, because we had leaflets? And I was like, aye, absolutely. And again, gave us a bit of advice. And he did say, in fairness, he says, I do social media, however, I'm kind of trying to move away from it slightly just because of the bad stuff on it, and the other things. But honest to God, man, I can't speak high enough in my experience with it. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
I mean, it's very interesting. Obviously, social media in itself is a very wide space.
Yep.
And it's very hard to filter the good from the bad sometimes, I think. Just because, like, from my perspective, it feels like the negative stuff tends to get the more light, like spotlights on them, than the positives, which is a bit cliche if you think about it, because we try to live in a positive world.
You see all these things, be kind and stuff, but
yeah.
But again, that was what somebody had said about him, was he, and I mean, he looks like the most confident guy in the world, and he does come across as confident, you know, he's got nice clothes, nice watches, nice cars and stuff, but that's what people said, like, it gets to people, and you're absolutely right. See, the hate stuff, it's so easy. It's almost like people like to drag each other down on social media. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's so easy to comment, you know, a bad thing, especially when everybody else is doing it, you know, so you see something and you go... There's actually an example of this is quite relevant. A girl signed with Kilmarnock Football Club ladies, and she had bad acne, right? And so Kilmarnock posted this picture to say such and such is signed, get absolute hate, all these horrible comments because she had bad acne. And you're like, just fucking leave people alone, man.
It's like people get enjoyment bringing other people down.
It's just like, leave people alone.
And that's the thing as well, is like, everybody's fighting a battle that you cannot see.
Absolutely.
When you see these things, I don't know if people think it's funny or they think it's banter, but sometimes people, the people you're saying it to might not perceive it as banter. You might be doing more harm than good to them. So it's actually so easy, bro. Like, just say good things. It's not that hard.
It's not even so much that. Like, listen, I'm no one of these people, because, you know, you see people that's like, be kind to everybody, be kind to... That's impossible. There's people in life that you meet that you don't fucking like.
That's
you know,
true
and
as well.
that's just unfortunate. You know, there's people that don't like me, there's people that don't like you, you know, I just think personally, right, if you don't like something or you don't like somebody, just don't say anything. Don't say anything. Just walk away.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point? There's no good comes for commenting bad or whatever, and especially when you don't know the fucking person. But I'm not this advocate of, you know, be nice to everybody, because that is impossible.
I mean, that's true. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt just to like...
You can try,
Yeah.
but you'll never be.
No.
There's people you just don't like, and you just go, well, I don't like that person, so I'm just going to say nothing.
I mean, that's like me with Cristiano Ronaldo.
All right. Jesus.
But that's a conversation for another day, though. Obviously, we've touched on social media side of things.
There's actually social media, so just before we kind of wrap up social media, see, going back to lift events, Phoenix Gym, Gym Skin, that time, that was, and I've told you this before, the eye-opener for me, the eureka moment, if you want to call it that, because when you realise how fake it is, so these influencers and stuff, quiet guys, genuinely like quiet guys, and the minute the camera comes on, it's like bang, lights, cameras, action, this different persona comes out, this confident persona comes out, and then the camera goes off and they go back to being this timid wee guy, and I was like, holy fuck. Because where we live and stuff, the influencers don't exist. There's, you know, no. You never see anybody. But that to me was like, holy fuck. Social media is a tool and should be used as such. It is merely a tool. You use it to promote businesses. You use it to promote yourself. Use it to promote anything. Charity events. That's where you can do the good on it. But it should not be taken as real life in any sense. Even the people that you think, you know, that, like I say, you see people that post things, relationships, and they're like in a different relationship every 6 months or every year. And every time they get in a relationship, they post on social media a picture appearing to be the happiest couple in the world. You know, every day there's posts and they're going out for dinner and they're going here and going there and doing this and doing that. And then 6 months later, they broke up. It's so fucking fake, and you have to realise it. Once you realise how fake it is and you realise it's just a tool, you'll be much happier.
Sometimes it feels like, obviously, you just touched here on the relationship side of things. It feels like it's a competition. We're competing against other people. You living your life, I'm living my life. Why does it have to be a competition? Why do you have to show the highlights? And I use the word highlights there very loosely because it feels like it is the highlights. People don't show you the difficult times because we're talking about relationships. You've been in a few relationships, right? I'm sure.
No, I've been in one.
One, okay. So
you've been in a few relationships.
Oh, like, don't blast me out like that, bro.
Few
men. But obviously, like I feel with relationships, you're always gonna get the highs and the lows.
In relationships?
Yeah.
Aye, absolutely.
But online, nobody really posts about the lows. It tends to be only the highs, right? If you're going to show me the highs, show me the lows as well.
Nobody would do that, but...
Or just don't show it at all.
Nobody would do that at all. There's an example, have you ever seen... I'll probably get their name wrong because I don't actually like them. Is it McBroom? His name's Austin McBroom, but I think they had a YouTube channel that was the McBroom family.
Yeah, he's got a brother as well.
Mate, maybe that was... Mate, he was fucking pumping other birds, other girls, and cheating on his wife, all these things, but the minute the camera goes on, happiest family in the world, I want that, it's fucking fake.
Yeah.
And they made so much money, that's all it was, they marketed their family. That was essentially what it did, they marketed their family as a product. That was the product was their family, and they marketed it because then they can move on to, you know, potential sponsorships with, I don't know, like childcare people, you know, all these sort of things. And it was completely, it was completely fucking fake. So fucking fake. The minute the camera goes off, they probably don't speak to each other. Crazy. It's so fucking crazy. And then, like I say, it's not until you see it firsthand that you go, fuck me. That's how it was. That's how it all is. And you're right, you know, people don't post the lows. But even when you see some YouTubers posting the lows, it comes across as disingenuous. Because there's certain situations. I'll give you an example. A guy called, he fucking lost his marbles. I don't know if he's sane again or whatever. You ever seen, is it FusiTube?
Not familiar, no.
But fucking lost his marbles, right? But anyway, years and years ago, his dog died. And he fucking posted a video, a vlog, of him going to get his dog put to sleep. And him crying and all that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a bit...
What the fuck? Why? And it's all for entertainment. Lights, camera, action, you know, it's all for entertainment, get views. Imagine sitting there editing that.
So wait, I've got a question for you, right? On the subject of relationships, are you in favour of not posting your relationship online? Or are you against
I've never done it. But like I say, I've only been in one relationship, really. I say really, I've only been in one relationship. And I've never done it. But social media is never something I've really been that into. It's only really, you know, in the last 6 months or something, I've kind of come out my shell and decided I'm going to actually chase something, and social media is a tool to do that. But no, I never ever, you know, posted all these pictures. No, I'm saying that it's, you know, people's different, people like different things. I'm not knocking anybody who does, because, you know, there will be people who just like to do it, and that's fine. But I always find that it's the ones that post every week or every day or whatever, the relationship, you know, out for dinner, doing this, doing that, they tend to be the ones that are more fake. You know, the people that I know anyway, who have been together forever, don't really post on social media. The odd time they'll maybe post, you know, when they're here or there, or maybe on holiday, but it's the ones that post all the time that tend to be the most fake.
Do you know what I'm quite interested in finding out, just while we're talking about, obviously, relationships and stuff? I'm quite intrigued to find out the divorce rate, what that currently is at right
in the UK? Mate,
Yeah.
this will be high. I would search divorce rate
in the UK.
And check where it was back 20 years ago. So divorce rate 2024, 25. I'd probably say 24 because 25 is no completed yet. 2024 and then go back and then just search 1990.
Right, so according to Google,
Holy fuck.
in 2023, there were 103,816 legal partnership dissolutions, which included both divorces and civil partnership dissolutions. That's a lot.
103,000 in a year.
816
In a year.
in a year.
So that's 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Go and search divorce rate in 1993 or 1983.
1983.
In 1983.
Do you know, we'll put it down to like the early 2000s, because I don't think
Nah, I would go the 80s.
2000s. Okay. So in 2000, the divorce rate in England and Wales was 12.7 divorcing people per 1,000. That was still actually quite low.
The lowest since 1984. What does that say?
The statistics reflects a significant decline in the number of divorces granted, with a total of 141,135 divorces recorded that year. The rate of divorces per 1,000 married people was 13, a decrease from 13. Sorry, is that 13 or 1.3? 13 in 1999.
I can't understand that. But what I would say is it has to have went up, because, and again, this ties relationships and social media, is it's so easy nowadays, right, to just chuck out the window, you know, because you've got Instagram, you've got Tinder, you've got all these things, right? So men or women, right, you know, if your relationship's maybe rocky, you maybe had a bad year, a bad 2 years, and you're posting pictures on Instagram and you're getting these likes for these men or women, right? It's easy to just think that the grass is green on the other side and go, well, you know, if I wasn't with him or I wasn't with her, I would have all these different options. And then you fucking realise you don't, you know?
You might have the options, but you didn't come to realise down the line. It's still the same.
It wasn't worth it. Aye.
Where'd you draw the line?
Well, what I've always said, and, you know, we spoke about this, see if you're in a relationship with somebody, right, and you genuinely love them, right, no fake, like you genuinely, unconditionally love the person, right, that's kind of, it has to be a bit of a choice as well, because you're going to have bad years, you're going to have bad times, you're going to have maybe bad days, certainly, bad weeks, maybe a bad month, maybe a bad year, maybe a bad 2 years, right, where you maybe argue, kind of whatever. But if you truly, like I say, love each other, you have to choose that person. And I'm not an advocate for, there's certain times where you have to walk away, if there's violence and domestic abuse. I'm not saying that at that point you still think, oh, they can change, because it's done at that point. But there's a reason, like you see an 80 and 90-year-old man and woman, right, that have been married for 60 years. How many times do you think they've said, fuck this, and walked away from each other and still, came back and said, right, we're going to make this work? That's what it is. That's what it is. It's no plain sailing, it's no easy, and it's fucking 10 times harder in this day and age. Like I say, with the temptation of social media and...
I mean, it's like, with social media anyway, it feels like people eat more with their eyes. Like...
Lost.
I think I might need to download that vocabulary app on my phone. So yeah, definitely Lost. Lost is definitely... And you know what? I think I told you this last night. Lost is definitely something over the years within myself that I suffer with Lost.
Mm-hmm. Everybody does.
But it's to the point where other people used to point it out to me, right? And I used to just push it aside. I'm like, nah, there's no way that's true. Like, I'm not lost at all. Like, there's obviously I understand there's being in control, and there's doing you acknowledge something. It's the first step towards rectifying it. So what I've started doing is I limit my time on social media. One.
Mate, social media, again, back to being fake, is the most lustful place on the planet.
It is.
Mate, I only need to go on Instagram, and I only need to scroll maybe 4 or 5 times, and it's just titties. Genuinely, it's just titties everywhere. And it's the algorithm. I'm like, is it? Fuck the algorithm. It's just titties everywhere. And yet it's like you've seen one set of titties, you've seen all the titties on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not being funny, but if you've seen one set of titties on the internet, you've seen every set of titties, because they're all fake titties.
I mean, I'm sure there's some real ones out there.
Aye, but I mean, for these people that's doing that,
yeah,
and it actually just gets to the point it's boring. I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah, it got to a point, right, where I was scared to give my sister, for example, my phone to like search for stuff, because I'm scared. See, when they go on my Instagram, for example, and they go to your explore page. Now, I don't look at stuff, right? But they come up on my thing. And see if you, for example, like interact by you like Instagram algorithm thinks, oh, this guy is into this stuff. So I'll just feed them with.
You don't even need to like it. You just need to actually watch the whole video or whatever.
It's scary, bro.
It starts spitting it out, and it's fucking titties everywhere.
It's actually scary.
It's some of the stuff on there, man. You're like, fuck me, man. How's this actually allowed? Like, some makes it a bit like a bit ropey, But it's so easy. It's so easy done, because, and like I say, and it ties back. You start thinking the grass is green on the other side, and this goes on both sides of the coin, men and women.
Yeah.
You start seeing these people, and it's like, oh, the grass is green on the other side, and it's never. Very rarely is it. Very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
But aye, that's Lost is a biggie. And like I say, you're not the only one. I think every man that's listening to this is probably, lustful.
You're constantly putting your eyes out there.
Every day, some people are worse than others, and I'm not just saying this, but I very rarely kind of cared. Like, for example, and this isn't disrespect to anybody, but you go to Ibiza, for example, right? Girls are attractive and stuff, but see if you've seen one, you've seen every one of them on that island. They all look the same. Big tits, big ass. That's it. And, you've seen them all. And me and you were talking about this last night. It's almost like there's beauty, for me anyway, there's beauty in imperfections, for one.
For sure.
And modesty. That's a biggie.
For sure.
Being modest. I don't like, again, this is my personal opinion, and it's not that I'm, gay or anything like that, but I don't like lassies, girls that put their titties on the internet.
Can I just say something though? It's actually a very good point that you made there, because although, right, I say this word, although, right, I cannot see myself settling down with a girl that posts her body like that out there online.
It's not even, some of them don't even date in a way that's, like, like X-rated or nothing. It's just maybe like a bikini picture, or you know, the kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I always think there's beauty in modesty. That, you know, aye.
110% agree with you on that one. I feel like being modest is so underrated.
Oh, aye, absolutely.
Definitely underrated.
Because if you know, you're putting it out there, it's, again, I don't want to say anything, but it's definitely beauty and modesty and imperfections. I don't think that, you know, you see people with the turkey teeth, the veneers perfectly straight. You know, it's that to me, my personal opinion, isn't nice. You see the big lips.
Makeup is a very big one.
Makeup doesn't bother me.
I see. I've got a weird preference, right?
Depends.
I prefer a girl to be natural beauty, no makeup on.
I know, but makeup's one of the ones, you know, if you're just kind of enhancing the features that you already have. But I get it can be a dangerous, you know, you can wake up next day, if you do, you know, hook up with somebody or whatever, you wake up somebody fucking completely different. I mean, mate, you see it like for example, I seen this woman, with no teeth, wrinkly, older, I think her hair was all patchy and stuff, and she took time to put these teeth in, makeup on, all these things, look like 10 out of 10. It's like, fucking hell, wow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But makeup doesn't bother me. But
just on the subject of makeup, right? As a black guy, there's instances in the past, and I've found myself in these positions before, where I've been on a night out, and you've maybe kissed a girl, and then you take pictures, and you look at the picture, and you've just noticed like your face is all white. The girl's makeup is all transferred over, and you're like, whoa, what's happened there?
I know what you mean. No, again, I'm not repeat myself. Makeup doesn't bother me. It's like the fake titties, fake teeth, the big lips, all of that, man. I'm just like, I get if it makes you feel better and you're not doing it for anybody else. You know, that's always the kind of answer to that. That's fine. I'm not saying, you know, but for me personally, I always think that you're better just kind of... You can improve. I know, like, you see, if you've got a glaring feature that you're so insecure about, right? For example, you've got this big crooked nose that you've been so self-conscious of all your life, and you go and get it fixed. That's fine, but it's like when you're ticking the boxes, you're getting them all done. You're getting the fucking arse done, you're getting the titties done, you're getting the lips done, the teeth done. And by the way, right, and I'm kind of pushing this more towards women. Men are the same now, by the way.
Oh yeah,
the
for
teeth.
Sure. For sure. The hairline going
and
to
again, we were talking about this yesterday. The fucking hairline, man. Yeah. Unless your hairline is as straight as a die, right at the front of your head, you've got a bad hairline these days. It's fucking mental. I had somebody saying to me, "Oh, let me see your hairline. You've got a bad hairline." I was like, mate, I've got a fucking thick head of hair. I've got a thick head of hair on my head. I don't have thin hair or anything, and somebody's telling me I've got a fucking bad hairline. I was like, do you think I give a fuck? Genuinely, do you think that's going to upset me? Like, it's crazy, man. I get, and again, the hair transplants is good if you genuinely need it, you know, and it's genuinely making you uncomfortable. Like, you're self-conscious of it and stuff. But because your hairline's no fucking straight as a die, I mean, again, everybody's different. But if that's your biggest problem, man, then fuck me.
But then you didn't have people like Drake, for example. There was a time he was trending this year because he went and got six-pack.
I knew you were going to say that. The ab implants.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. By the way, see your abs, they can be a bit genetic where no everybody has the perfect abs. Some people's abs are a wee bit more squint and stuff.
But there's no way that... No, that's
but this is different. Yeah. This is just somebody fucking putting plastic in their stomach to try and make it look like a six-pack. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, he's just taking the whole BBL Drizzy thing to another level, bro.
BBL Drizzy.
What's your thoughts on, like, people getting dick implants?
Dick implants?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
110%. Don't even ask me how I know that.
You need to point me in the fucking direction of them.
Apparently it's a thing.
Well, like I did say, if you're self-conscious about something, and you get it done, then that's fine. So you maybe need to fucking... I'll need to price one of them up.
Anyway, to each their own, innit?
Mate, I'm going to go and look at that and fucking see where they're doing them.
Probably Turkey.
Probably will be, to be fair.
Next flight to Turkey.
Wake up with a fucking Wake up with a fucking
8 foot.
aye.
Wait, what? How have I even known? Pause. But yeah,
What, you don't know where you get that information?
I'm pretty sure it's a thing. Hold on.
It probably is. Mate, they can
I don't-
increase
I
your
don't
height.
What?
They can increase your height.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
There's people
I've
going
seen
and
that.
getting fucking, I don't know, I think what they do, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they essentially break your fucking legs and then kind of put a plate in between to give you a wee bit more height. It's fucking crazy.
But then, do you not think though, like this is all the people making
Oh, aye.
each other insecure?
Yeah, yeah.
Like short kings and stuff.
So, aye. Absolutely. It's the pressure, it's the pressures of what's expected. You have to be over 6 foot, you have to be rich, you have to be this, you have to be that. And then women, again, I can never talk on what the expectations of women is, they feel, because I'm not a woman. But they'll have their own things that they feel. But like I say, you've got to be rich, you've got to have fucking big cock. Yeah. You've got to have, you know, £100,000 a year minimum, you know, all these things. And it's like, fucking hell, man, when did life get so fucking hard? Fucking rate of inflation, innit? Fucking hell, man.
I mean, sometimes though it can come across as motivation. Because to me, there's nothing wrong with my partner saying to me, "Look, you need to go like hustle more and make more money."
What if you're already hustled it?
Hustled out. Is that even a thing? Is that possible
What
to be
if you're-
hustled
what
out?
if you're already done? Well, you've only got so many hours. You've only got so many.
I think it was. I can't remember who. What's that? Name a famous black boxer.
Floyd Mayweather.
Him. Yeah, that's the guy. There's a, now I'm paraphrasing here, right? But there's an interview and I heard him saying something along the lines of, there's 24 hours in a day. You spend 7 of that sleeping. Another 7 of that.
That was Muhammad Ali that said that, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Floyd.
I think it was Muhammad Ali.
And you spend 7 hours working.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
What?
Spend 7 hours working and then the rest, blah, blah, blah. It only leaves you like a couple hours to work.
Yeah.
Aye.
Like after you've taken work, sleep, and say, for example, training out of the way, the rest, whatever you've got left, literally that's what you're supposed to be using to better your life.
Yep.
Now, this day and age, a lot of people will rather spend that time either going out, partying, clubbing, or I don't know, doing some other activities.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of people are actually investing in themselves. I think personally.
Do you know what the thing is? But I think that kind of comes as you get a wee bit older as well. Because I've did all that, you know.
Again, I'm the same. Like where I am right now in my life, I don't think I want to be spending my time clubbing, partying.
No, yeah, I'll never be in a nightclub again in my life. I'm not saying I'll never be in a pub, but I'll never be in a nightclub.
I mean, I would never say never.
I could not
but-
think of fucking anything worse.
going to a nightclub.
I've been in a nightclub.
Really? I can think of other
and then
things
you're
worse,
there
bro.
till like 3 in the morning and that. Fuck off. I couldn't think of anything worse.
I mean, I would not say never, but I would not willingly put myself in that position, I would say.
But you gotta get fucking kidnapped by some nightclub fucking promoter.
Police.
Some nightclub promoter's gonna
Yo,
kidnap you.
that just reminded me. Remember when we went to, was it Poland? And all those girls standing on the street trying to get you to come into the clubs and stuff.
Aye, the titty bars.
That's crazy, bro. They're like, oh, you come in, you get one bottle of vodka.
Aye, no, I don't even think it was that. I wouldn't have. Fuck, it would have been nothing. They always try and get you in.
But yeah, man, it's just, I think personally, social media, right? Taking it back to like, obviously where this all stems from, social media. I think social media, like you say, is a tool that should be used, but depending on how you use it, decides. It's like the Matrix. Have you seen the Matrix? Giving you the red pill and the blue pill.
Aye, the Matrix, aye.
Yeah. Wait, you say it different from me.
Aye, I know.
Matrix. You say,
Matrix.
I say what did I say?
Metrics or something.
Matrix.
Metric, like the measurement. Metric.
Is that not kind of similar though? Matrix.
No, Matrix. Matrix.
Is it MA or ME
MA.
for the movie?
100% it's MA. Metric is a fucking form of measurement. You get metric and imperial.
Matrix.
Matrix, the Matrix is, yeah.
Matrix.
Matrix.
Anyway, I feel like I'm deviating from the main subject, the main point I'm trying to make. It's like internet. It's like giving you the red pill or the blue pill, and it's your choice to decide how you use it. So
You are what you consume on the internet, really, isn't it?
that's true.
The internet will get you whatever you choose to consume on it, and how you choose to interpret it as well.
Yeah, and I think that's something that obviously with going back to the Lost thing, that's something I'm becoming more conscious aware of, how I spend my time online.
Well, the thing is you know, how easily that'll get you, because you know who Larry Wheels is.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. He ruined a relationship, I'm sure, and ruined tons and tons and tons of money because he got addicted to cam girls.
Oh, really?
Got addicted to, so he was spending fucking all his money on cam girls. Couldn't justify why he had no money. Ruined his relationship. Everything. You know, so it will get you. You can get addicted to anything on the internet. It's mad. You are what you choose to consume on that thing. And if you interpret it, you know, somebody can say something on the internet, and depending how you choose to interpret it will depend on what you do with the information. You know what I mean? So somebody, I'll give you an example. In fact, perfect example here, right? And I was an advocate for this being a bit of a dick thing to say, by the way. Do you know who Molly May is?
Oh, the Amazon girl.
She was on Amazon. She was on Love Island. But anyway, she gets slaughtered because she went on a podcast and she said that everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. Well,
you can look at this either way, though.
She gets slaughtered for it, right? She get absolutely slaughtered. Now, depending how you choose to take that, you could take it as, and again, I did, so I'm not sitting here saying, you know, you try to, you know, say that I took it well, because when she said that I did, I was like, oh, stuck up bitch, fucking, you know, there's people out there that have got 5 kids and stuff, and they don't, you know, you can't tell them that they've got the same 24 hours as some, you know, so everybody's life's different, right? However, if you choose to take that and interpret it in the positive way and take the what she actually meant by it, you can take it that way and go, well, that, you know, you could take it as, well, in a way that's true, you know?
Yeah, she's right.
The message was to kind of just get to work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it might not work, and again, it might not work, and you might, you know, fucking end up in a 9-to-5 job the rest of your life. But the way I see it is I would rather try.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather fucking die trying. 50 Cent in it. Get rich or die trying. I would rather die trying to better myself than just live a life of wondering, you know, get to the end and go, what if I'd started a business? What if I'd started a podcast? What if I did this? What, you know, fucking just get it, just do it. But aye,
just do it.
Anything on, aye, that's an Nike. But anything on the internet can be taken one way or the other. Like I say, same words can be interpreted 2 different ways.
Yeah, there was a test, and it said something along the lines of, you can send a text, the same exact text, to 2 different people, and they will both read it differently.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
You know, it's just all about your mindset and how you view life.
If you're a negative, and I've been, and you know, it's something that I'm working on, I've been a negative person really all my life. Just take things negatively, everything's negative, you know.
So you're more of a half glass full type guy?
I am a glass half empty.
Half empty, sorry.
Aye.
Not half full, right, okay.
And I always just thought I was being realistic, right? But you almost have to be unrealistic if you want to do anything good. You know, you almost have to set the bar high and be unrealistic with it.
For sure.
But I've been negative all my life, and like I say, it's something that I'm trying to work on now, to be trying to interpret things positive, you know. And it does change how you interpret things. For example, as you probably know, and I'm not going to go into the ins and outs, but again with relationships, I had a relationship that basically I ruined, right? Through my own selfishness, my own immaturity, all these things, my own neglect, all these things, right? And when it all kind of came to an end, I was so fucking hurt and so sad and all these things, right? But I wasn't taking everything as, oh, you know, this happened because of that person, and this happened because of that person, and this person did this, and blaming everybody else. And in the end, you know, when you try and change your mindset and you try and change yourself and better yourself, the only person you're left with is yourself. That's the only person you can look at and say, right, what the fuck did I do wrong? And how can I be better? And then you start thinking, well, it was me. All these things, everything that happened was my fault. My selfishness, my neglect, my immaturity, was all me. It was 100% me. I was 100% to blame. And you pay the ultimate price. You lose somebody that you loved, you know what I mean? And you spend, you know, years after it still hurting and still sad and, you know, missing them and stuff. But again, it's how you deal with it, and it's how you come back from it. and you try and be better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's that switch in mindset, innit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you take it and you go, right, well, this is shit. Everything that happened there was shit. But how did I fix it and how did I get better? That's
Do you know
all you can do.
I seen a quote recently that says, "We spend our lives looking for the right person, and nobody really cares to think about how can I make myself the right person."
Aye, for somebody else.
Exactly.
Aye.
So it's all about fixing from within. It's like, how can you show someone love when you don't know what love is?
Aye. Do you know what makes me really sad? Right, is I think to myself sometimes, because, like I say, like it was love. It was like, you know, I don't want to get soppy, but you know, it was, I really, really, really loved this person, right? And you know, it did break my heart and everything. But what makes me sad is I think to myself, what if I'd met that person for the first time now? Do you get what I mean? So what if I'd made a mistake? What if I'd made the mistakes that I made with her years ago and learned from them, and I was in a position that I'm in now and met her again? Because you would do everything different because you're more mature, you've learned, you know what mistakes you've made. Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I wish. I wish that I could do that, or had a time machine. See, and again, it's it's all, you see, everything's 2020 in hindsight, innit? But I wish I could have a time machine and go back and knowing what I know now and fix it. But you can't. So just got to move on. That's it. You just got to fucking move on, deal with it, accept it, try and get a bit better.
I mean, the only thing you can do, obviously, right now is be a better person, not just for someone else, but mainly for yourself. Because once you become the better person, you attract better people, I would say. Not that you're a bad guy. I mean, we've known each other now for what?
I went through
2 or 3 years.
I went through a spell where I wasn't a nice person, really badly. Because at that point, you would only really have known me in the gym. But for years, mate, my early 20s, it's not so much, I wasn't like, I don't know, I was just, when I say a bad guy, I don't know. People have their own perceptions of me, but with her I was just more, like I say, selfish. Like everything was my way, neglectful. So like, didn't really do things. Took her for granted. You know, I just expected her to be there, and just expected. You know, I just didn't think. Immature. You know, I kind of couldn't. Sometimes you've got to kind of accept that you're wrong to kind of move on, and you know, I was immature that way, and then. So that was the kind of with her, and then mate, I went through this spell where I just wanted to fight with everybody. Don't know why, don't know what happened. I just was angry all the time.
Testosterone.
I was just angry all the time, and I just wanted, and especially when I started drinking, that just was like 10 times worse. Jekyll and Hyde.
See, I think alcohol though brings out the worst in people.
Aye, and that's why I knew I don't drink. I just don't drink at all anymore. But that was me. You know, stupid things, and then you end up getting into trouble with police, and you end up with all these fucking things, and then, you know, I'm fortunate that all the times that I did go out and start that shit is 9 times out of 10 I came out with a sore face, versus, because it's better that, because I was starting it, it was 10 times better that I came out with a sore face than me. You know, it was only really one bad time that obviously you know about. It was always better that at least if I'm fucking getting the sore face, well, I deserved it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was, I don't know what that was about. I don't know why I became like that. I don't know. Just became a fucking dick. Just a fucking absolute dick. And then, like I say, you get older, and then really the kind of turning point was the breakup, like losing her. It was kind of like, fuck me.
And then you say that was like the wake up call that you needed?
Aye, that was a kick. That was a kick right in the fucking balls.
Yeah.
Oh, aye, that was the wake up call I needed. And then for a wee while after, I was still angrier, because obviously, you know, you're blaming everybody else, and there was things and arguments I had with her, and things I said and things I did that I shouldn't have. But I was just so fucking, you know, hurt. But no, it's been, like you say, it's been a wake up call, and now I try and just be as quiet as I can. I do my thing on social media, I do my thing with Alpha Active Clothing, and I just try and be a kind of good person as best I can. But you'll never be perfect. You always have somebody that doesn't like you know?
No. I mean, obviously, the best thing I think you can do is just level up.
Absolutely.
Level up, bro. It's all about leveling up at this point, I think.
Sometimes it's the only option you have, isn't it?
No, you're absolutely right. Sometimes you just need, I mean, personally for me, I tend to work best once I'm cornered. See, if you corner me to the wall, to the side, then I start swinging, I start fighting.
It's true, man. It's like, it's mad what you can do when you have to do it.
For sure.
You know, if somebody was to kidnap your family and I sound like this knob, fucking, you seen this guy, Andy Elliott?
No, I don't know.
Oh, mate, he's a car salesman fucking in America. I don't like the guy, but it's amazing. You know, if somebody was to kidnap your family and told you that you had to do something, you would do it. You have to run 100 miles or you'll see your family again, you would do it.
Sometimes that's the analogy I use in the gym, just to like lift heavy. I'm like, imagine my family's life depended on me lifting this weight.
That's what Eddie Hall used to pull the 500 kilo.
Oh, really?
He went to a therapist and stuff and was able to put himself into this dark place where something, he's never said what, was happening to his kid. And the only way to save him was to activate the fight or flight. Was to lift this 500 kilo. And
honestly, it works.
Oh, no,
it works.
But this was like a next level, mate, because that lift was never, it was a myth. At the point Eddie Hall did that, that was just a myth. I think he broke the deadlift record that day by like 40 kilo.
Oh, really?
Which, you know and I know, man, even a fucking 2.5 is a massive jump. But 40 kilo world record broken, crazy. But aye, mate, that's my kind of, I know you're a wee bit more reserved and won't really say your relationship kind of shit.
My relationship?
Your kind of experiences, you're a wee bit more closed book. I
mean, I wouldn't say I'm a closed book. And that's also something like, obviously, I want people to understand about me through this podcast. I wouldn't say I've always been like this, like a closed book, like you call it. But I just feel like different experiences that I've gone through in life has molded me to be the person I am today and where I am. I mean, if you look at my socials, apart from TikTok, that's like where I post things that actually stay on. Most of my socials is like, I just post things that vanish after 24 hours. And there's a reason behind it, which obviously maybe in a few weeks' time, I will be able to like elaborate a little bit more. And I've noticed that actually my brothers and my sisters do the exact same thing as me on social media as well. But I don't know if they're like mimicking me because of what they see or how I run my social media.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah. So I don't know if they mimic me from obviously doing what I do, but for me personally, there's a reason behind it. But yeah, I don't know. There's few people who actually said that to me. They're like, "You're mysterious," but I don't think I'm mysterious. I just think I'm just me. I'm just Manny, bro.
Everybody's different, isn't it?
That's true. We're all
Some
different.
Some people are a wee bit more open and don't mind sharing, and other people takes a while. It doesn't make you wrong, doesn't make me right, and just.
It's just is what it is, bro. But obviously, I feel like I'm having to put myself more out there than I normally would through this podcast.
You have to put yourself out there. And you have to be. I think you have to be real to an extent as well. Real, authentic is always better. You see people out there that are, like we spoke about, social media is fake. I think if you're authentic and real, people kind of can tell. You know when somebody's been fake. But you need to put yourself out there.
Do you know who The Weeknd is?
Yep.
The musician.
Yep.
Do you remember when The Weeknd first started? When he first came out?
It's usually on a Friday.
That's a dad joke.
No, I don't know when he fucking started.
Right, so when The Weeknd first started, or when it first came out, it was like early 2010s, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is that how long he's been about?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So his first, actually, I think it was his first 2 EPs he dropped. Nobody knew who The Weeknd was. You only heard his voice.
Oh, it was Faceless.
Yeah.
What do you call it? No, do that as well. Sia,
she always covered her face though with hair.
Do people know who she is now?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Hold on. I'm pretty sure you do. You know who she is.
Because I remember, because I thought...
Or even Daft Punk. Do you know Daft Punk? Like a French... so yeah, there's Sia.
Oh, there you go. No, I don't know.
Yeah, so for the longest she was like that.
I know she was covered up. Daft Punk, I think, I know who Daft Punk is.
Daft Punk is just these 2 guys. They're French and they always cover their faces and stuff. Not to say I'm like comparing myself to these guys. If you didn't know me or you just seen me outside, people wouldn't have anything to talk about me. You know, You only know what I let you know about my life. Which is still very little. I think some people say to me like, I don't know anything about you, but
fucking ghost.
I mean that's a good way of looking at it.
Ghost, man.
From power. I'll take that. I'll take that. But over the years or over the next few weeks or months or however this podcast runs for, I'm able to peel layers and layers of myself.
Like an onion. Like Shrek.
Shrek.
That's what it says in Shrek.
How is it?
Ogres have layers.
That
Obi has layers. Well, Manny, sorry, you're a man with fucking like 5 different names as well.
I mean, depending on who you're talking to.
I know, I call you Obi, and everybody will come to me and say, "Oh, I was talking to Manny," and sometimes I'm like, "Who the fuck?" And then I'm like, "All right, Obi." Fucking 10 different names. So I only put it to the listeners, if you ever hear me saying Obi,
the same person.
It's Manny. He's Obi.
Yeah. So yeah, like I plan on obviously unveiling layers of myself to an extent. Whoa. Pause.
I don't want to be there for that, mate. You can fucking do that yourself.
Pause. But yeah, man, I don't know what. Is there anything you want to know about me? Like,
no particularly, no.
Good, because I wasn't planning. I wasn't planning on saying anything.
No.
Good.
I'm sure we'll find out in time.
Talking about
fucking charges, the historical charges.
Historical charges.
Start coming up.
I'm pretty damn sure you'll find nothing about of that sort about me online or anywhere. I'm a pretty closed book.
They go back to the Nigeria fucking criminal files.
Recorded.
Well, all right, no.
I mean, back when I was in Niger, I was really young.
I know.
So, I mean, I couldn't commit any crimes.
Well, you still can.
That I can think of.
You still can. Do you not get stabbed in Nigeria?
For me? Oh, yeah, shoot. Did I tell you that story?
You get stabbed by a screwdriver.
Screwdriver, yeah. Oh, shoot. Maybe you do know quite a lot about me then. It's literally right here.
It's on your arm, innit?
Yeah, I've got the scar right there. That's crazy, I told you that. There's a few people that knew that. Or that know that.
Oh, well, there you go now. And listening to it knows as well.
That's true, I guess. Just talking about obviously knowing people, I thought I would share this little audio of Drewski. Did you see this week?
Is this the white facing?
Yeah.
Aye.
Well, listen to it.
Yeah, and I noticed that he looks familiar. Can't quite put my finger on it. I've seen that guy before. Well, I got the tits and everything. Look, Drewski, on October 4th, I'm going to be driving a demolition derby car in Bristol. I'd be honored if you'd come watch. For America, I'm up against like these Australians, and hypothetically, if you wanted to be in that derby, I have not cleared this, but I'm pretty freaking sure we could find you a car. I'm just thinking out loud here, baby. You can come out to my trailer if you want to. I got a camper down there, a real nice one you can stay in. Fucking hire me, whatever. Alright, I seen the Drewski white boy skit, and I noticed.
Is that who he's pretending to be?
Yeah. Do you know that way I was looking at him, right? First time I seen it, I was like, he looks hella familiar because he looks like the guy over there.
Aye, so for a bit of context, that wasn't Drewski talking.
No.
That was the guy that Drewski's pretending. But mate, it's fucking spot on.
It is.
The Drewski impersonation of him's fucking spot on. Mate, I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny as fuck. He's even get the sunburn.
He does. He does have the sunburn.
He's even get the fucking sunburn.
That's crazy, bro.
I thought that was... Look at the fucking sunburned cheeks. I thought that was funny as fuck.
So yeah, like, obviously, some people... He's had a few backlash online about it.
Aye.
People saying about... what would you call it?
White-facing.
White-facing.
It's white-facing, aye.
See, this is where it's a little bit... This is like a thin line. Because if that was the other way around...
Aye, well, aye.
It wouldn't be taken nicely.
No. If that was the other way around, you'd be cancelled.
See, I don't like that word, cancelled.
You'd be cancelled. You would be shut down. You'd be the fucking worst thing since... But no, mate, I thought that was fucking absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Mate, if you're offended by that, you need to get a grip.
Interesting.
He's done it a couple of times, to be fair. That's just the biggest one he's done, but when you actually, mate, the fucking accent, everything was hilarious, man. But you're right in the, you know, if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be alright. No. And that's kind of the kind of double standards, would that be? Or hypocritical?
Yeah, I wouldn't say double standards, but yeah, it can be a little bit hypocritical, for sure. For sure.
But I thought it was hilarious, man. Fucking hilarious.
At least you're saying the funny side of it.
Of course. But there's what's that film called? Is it Tropical Thunder? And Robert Downey Jr. plays a black guy. Have you seen that?
No.
That's the original blackface.
Talking about whiteface and blackfaces, right? Do you think right now Eve do it to shoot white chicks?
Oh, that's right.
In this day and age.
Right, I forgot about that.
Do you think that would sit well?
If you're upset about that, you need to get a fucking grip. To be honest with you, if you watch white chicks and are upset by it, you need to get a grip.
Yeah,
that's a problem, mate. Is everybody's offended by everything these days, isn't it?
For sure.
If you watched white chicks and was upset, then fuck me, you know. But there probably would be in this day and age. There probably would be somebody that would have something to say.
Do you think people have gone really soft?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Offended by... This is the thing as well, and I was saying this to you last night. I don't get how... And again, I've been guilty of this in the past, but obviously it's getting older and better with it. See, if you don't care about somebody, you don't know them, you know, they're nobody to you. They're no, like, somebody, you know, a family member or a partner or, you know, your wife or whatever. How the fuck can you be upset by words? How can a word that comes out somebody's mouth upset you and affect your day?
I mean, words can hurt, though.
I genuinely, mate, and I've been guilty in the past of being upset by what people say, and genuinely, I do not give a fuck what somebody says. Words coming out somebody's mouth do not bother me one bit. You know, it's not as if the word comes out their mouth and then punches you in the face. Again, it's different when you care about when there's an emotion to the person, because you care about what they say, you care about what they think. That's different, right? But, you know, words coming out some fucking random person's mouth does not bother me one bit.
I could see that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking words.
But it depends on the context, I guess.
But you give words power, for example. So for example, I don't know, but you give words power by... I'm going to try and be fucking careful what I say here, because obviously, you know, there's listeners and stuff. But for example, the N-word.
Oh, right, okay, where are we going with this?
We're into fucking dangerous territory here, right?
Right.
But see, by saying that's a racist word, that's this, that's that, the history, this word, where it came from, and, you know, don't say it, you're giving that word power. You get what I mean? You're giving it power as opposed to just going, fucking say it if you want. I guarantee you, if you said to everybody, if it was just like, every cunt can say it, and, you know, whatever, it doesn't mean anything, people would stop saying it. It's like, because people know that it's like this derogatory word and it's got all this fucking history and all these, you know, it's so offensive.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving the word power. Does that make sense?
To an extent, yeah.
You're giving the word power as opposed to just going, I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, with the N-word, right, I've got a very, my views and approach on the N-word is very different from most people.
I know.
Most people, my race and my colour.
Because,
I mean, I grew up in Nigeria, where everyone around me, majority, is all black.
Yep.
And there's a few that are white, so they were the minority.
Yep.
All my years in Nigeria, I never heard someone use the N-word, right? It was never a thing. Honestly, word on my mother, it was never a thing. And then obviously I transitioned and moved over to the UK, and then it became a thing. It became a word that I was like, oh, so it is a bad word. You cannot use it. To my understanding at first, I thought even black people can use it. Only for me to then obviously realize by watching and listening to music or watching American movies, I see black people using it. And it's like, oh, it's a cool word that you could use. But obviously then going to school, it was like whites were not allowed to say it. And then I got a little bit confused because some Asian people were able to say it. Blacks were saying it. And then some white people would say it to an extent.
aye.
Right? To me, then growing up, I was like, look, the N-word, I was going to say it, but there's no point in saying it.
Don't say it.
The N-word, literally, I don't take offense to it. I don't. I feel like, and this is where it's going to get a little bit
Controversial.
That's it. Because to me, the N-word means nothing. Right? It's just, I feel like I'm reacting on behalf of Americans. They take offense to it, and rightfully so, because they went through that. In the UK, I don't think...
Sorry, not to cut you off here. What do you mean Americans went through it?
Right, so obviously they were called the N-word. So they had to go through slavery and people were using that word.
Mate, Britain started the slave trade.
I mean, I wouldn't say they start. Yeah, to an
It was
extent.
British-
Like,
British
so
started
Portuguese, obviously they were quite big in it. In
Mate,
slave trade.
I am sure the British started it.
I know the Portuguese were involved as well.
But people get involved, but I'm sure the British started it.
Right. Okay. But you did not start the N-word though.
There were slaves in Britain as well.
What called N-word?
We don't know. I don't know where that word originated from, but there was slaves in the UK.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
Winston Churchill was a slave owner.
I know there was a point where all the statues and stuff, they were asked for those to be brought down because they were slave traders and stuff. But again, going back to like why I don't take offense to the N-word, right? It's growing up personally in Nigeria, I did not physically experience that. I did not have to go through it. Like I said, growing up, the N-word was never a thing. I only knew about it coming to the UK. And then obviously, even in the UK, me coming to the UK, it wasn't even a word that I felt like a lot of people used here. You heard it in music, you seen it in movies, and then you feel like, oh, it's a cool word to say, it's a cool thing to say, but you couldn't say it to. I mean, I'm sure there's white people out there right now that still use the N-word indoors, in their houses and stuff.
I would more so, and I can only speak from my own experience, it's more so when it's in songs, you'll just sing it.
You say it. So like again, like I said, me personally, I don't take offense to it. Depending on how you say it to me.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Context is important.
Exactly. It then goes back to
there's the hard R.
yeah, for sure. There's definitely the hard R, and then it goes back to obviously you saying words they shouldn't hurt. Like when people say
unless
things,
you
right?
care about the person.
But I feel like depending on how you say it, like you could walk up to me and say my N word. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to say it, but if you said it to me, initially I'll be like, it's not that deep. But then again, subconsciously I'm thinking, wait, what? Is this guy like thinking right? Do you know what I mean? But there are people out there, there are other blacks out there that you literally cannot joke around with them saying the N-word.
Yeah.
They take it like too serious. And it's like, yo, did your forefathers work in a plantation or something? Like, did you come from a heritage? Like, did you come from heritage of slave?
Well, yeah, I'd say every black person must have.
I mean, I don't know about my heritage. I don't know if there's anybody in my family that was
well,
a slave
you
trader.
couldn't take all Africa, but
No,
there's a high chance.
I mean, there's a high probability, but then again, I don't know the statistics, so I don't know.
Here's one for you, right?
Right.
This will be very controversial, and I'm only going to tell you what I think. I'm just going to tell you what some of the opinions are. Right.
Mm-hmm.
There is a theory that, do you know? And again, it was the British. Do you know how the British were getting the slaves? Well, do you know who was? So do you think? So do you think that?
I think I know where this is going.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Well, black people trading black people.
Aye.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that happened?
110%.
I'm glad you said it because I think that happened.
110%.
And then that's what some people say that the black people actually started the slave trade.
Yeah. There's an actual documentary about that.
I think it's a bit wild to say, but it was.
Yeah.
That's what I believe anyway. I believe that in Africa they were selling. Because
They're trading people for like mirrors.
What?
A mirror. They'll trade a family member for a mirror.
Fucking hell.
Cowries. Do you know what cowries are?
Cowries, no.
Cowries is like, at one point I'm pretty sure cowries were used as a currency. I'll show you what it is. It's like this little white, I don't even know how you describe it. Cowries.
I thought you said calories.
No, cowries. Cowries. I'm pretty sure cowries were currencies at one point. Cowrie. Those little stones. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this was one of the things
they
were trading people for.
I know exactly what they are. They're the things, apparently, if you put your ear to them, you can hear the ocean. Is that right?
Oh no, you're thinking about, is that not like shells?
Yeah, but that looks like a shell to me.
No, like this is a cowrie right there.
Oh, so that's not a shell?
No.
Oh, right, okay. I thought it was a shell.
Oh, actually, it is a shell. Cowrie shell. Money, stock. Yeah. So, yeah, man. This is one of the things that we're trading people for.
Fucking mental, innit?
It's crazy.
It's happened through all human history, but slavery. People selling people. Fucking violence that people do to each other's mental.
Bro, till this day and age, we kill one another. That is crazy.
Mate, slavery still happens as well in other countries and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily like, where
slave
does happen.
trade, human trafficking.
Aye. Oh.
Human trafficking is one of the biggest ones right now.
Oh, mate, mad shit goes on.
It's crazy. See, when you work in the financial sector or industry, you see and hear a lot of stories of people human trafficking and stuff,
Yeah.
underpaying people to work. Like there's countries like in India where people work for hours upon hours and they're not even making minimum wage.
Well, that's always been the thing with, for example, Nike and Apple and all the massive brands is they benefit from their stuff being made in third world countries where they'll pay
Peanuts and stuff.
like fucking 10 pence a day to make all the Nike t-shirts or whatever.
I'm pretty sure, is that all something as well with Apple? Apple used to do their...
Apple was the same because Steve
Yeah.
Jobs get fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, and Donald Trump was, at one point, I'm pretty sure I heard, he was trying to get them to bring all their external factories back to the United States.
That was that no? I don't really want to talk about it because I don't actually know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I read something about that, though.
It probably is. I did know because I remember them flying a bunch of stuff in.
Mm.
You know, was it planes and planes worth of stuff? I don't know if that was maybe the to do with the tariffs. I don't know, but aye, it's fucking mental what goes on it now.
It's crazy.
Aye.
Crazy. Do you have any other topics you want to cover?
No, mate, I'm good. I think that's been really everything for the first episode. To be fair, I don't think I've got anything else that I want to talk about.
Well, I thought what we would do is at the end, before the end of each podcast, we give the listeners a little challenge, and ourselves included.
Okay.
And for this week, what we could do is for the next 5 days or how long till the next episode, we compliment someone, a genuine compliment, not just superficial or anything like that, a genuine compliment, one person every day.
I'm good with that. Aye.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
And okay, so we just wrap up then.
Aye, I'm good to wrap up, mate. Aye. Like I say, it's obviously first episode. What I would say is, let us, if you're listening, let us know what you think. What you think we can improve. Aye. I'll
Okay.
let you do your thing.
That's it for today's Just a Thought episode. And thank you for hanging out with us. I hope it gave you something to smile about, think about, or even talk about. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend, and drop your thoughts in the comments, which we will post on our socials as well. And until next time, stay curious, stay kind,